This is Billy Daniel, your voice of the Hurricanes on Q100.7 FM, and I'm with head basketball coach Coach Berquist. Coach, you've been in the program 12 years, your second year as head coach.
Yeah, I've spent a lot of time under a lot of good coaches here at Morristown East.
Coach, you've got a really interesting journey from the time you were in high school at Morristown West until you became the coach at Morristown East. Talk about that.
Yeah, our family moved here from upstate New York in 1981, and I came in as a freshman. Played freshman ball at West under Coach Townsend, and my sophomore year ended up getting cut as a 5'10", 135-pound sophomore. I'd played a lot of ball coming, before I'd moved to Tennessee, and was kind of put out by it, but that was fine. I played other sports, so I concentrated on soccer. I was on the first soccer team at Morristown West. I was very fortunate. I ended up getting a partial scholarship to Carson Newman. And the first thing I did, because I had a passion for basketball, the first thing I did was to go look up Chris Jones. He was the basketball coach at that time at Carson Newman, and I went and talked to him. I said, Coach Jones, by this time now I'm a freshman in college. I'm about 6'5", probably about right at 190. So I'd hit a little growth spurt between my 10th grade year and my senior year. And, he basically said, Big Dag, he said, I got a lot of good players. He said, you just sit the bench. You probably just need to concentrate on soccer. So I said, all right, Coach, I appreciate your time. My sophomore year, we're playing intramurals at Carson Newman, and the team that I was on ended up playing the team that Coach Jones had in the intramural league. And he had some players. I mean, he had Stephen Peck, and some of these football players and the ex-basketball players. Well, they ended up beating us, but I had about 35 on them. So the next day at lunch, I'm just sitting there eating lunch, and Coach Jones comes up to me and says, "Hey, you want to come out?" I said, "I'd love to," and I was able to get to play, and I wasn't much of a scoring threat. I probably averaged about 6 points a game or so, but I didn't screw up a lot, and I could play D. So I left there and got my first job at Cosby. I taught at Cosby, but I coached at Newport. So my first 3 years I was under Jughead Fancher, Jeff Fancher, if y'all know him, and I was the freshman coach at Sevier County High School for 3 years under Marty Street, and then I was the JV coach and then the assistant varsity coach under Paul Mills. And then my daughter was born, and by the time she was about 5 years old and starting school here in Morristown, I was looking for a job here in Morristown, and that's when I came here to Morristown. I was very fortunate. I was able to get an assistant job under Ian Morrison, and then for 2 years, and Coach Decker for Calvin Decker for 6 years, and then another good 2 years under Mike Wright, who's now at Murfreesboro, Oakland. So I've been here at this school a long time as an assistant and an assistant under a lot of guys, and finally got my opportunity to be a head coach, and I'm relishing it.
Coach, your daughter Leslie is a Lady Hurricane. Do you all talk very much basketball at home? Yeah, we talk it. I try to be as much of a dad as I can be, but the coach comes through, but she handles it really well. Tell us about your family.
I've got my daughter Leslie, and then my wife Veronica. My mom and dad live here in Morristown, and I've got 5 brothers and 2 sisters spread out all across the United States. One of my brothers is deceased, so I've got 4 living, but they're all over everywhere.
That's head coach Coach Berquist of the Morristown East Hurricanes.